co-founder of the Wildlife Center of Virginia. Now, how many of you know what the Wildlife Center of Virginia is? Okay, not so many. All right, good. Some. I'm glad of that. The Wildlife Center of Virginia, which just had its 40th anniversary last week, is the world's leading teaching and research hospital for wildlife medicine. So we train veterinarians, veterinary students, veterinary technology students, and students in other fields related to conservation from all over the world. In fact, my colleague here, Dr. Diana, is from Colombia, and we found out that we have friends in common in Medellin, Colombia. That's how small is the world, because I've worked down there for more than 20 years. The bird we've got today is one of many that come to the Wildlife Center. The Wildlife Center of Virginia is located in Waynesboro, and we are kind of a trauma center, I guess is the best way to put it. So other hospitals around Virginia that get animals that need very specialized care can send those animals to us, and we have 3 veterinarians, a full medical staff, and we can take care of them and do things that most other places can't do. We get about 3,700 animals a year, and that's everything from hummingbirds and baby mice and toads all the way to black bears. We actually have the only facility in Virginia to care for injured and orphaned black bears. And right now we've only got 5, and this cold weather, they're starting to settle down and sleep a little bit, which is good because when they're not sleeping, they're eating. And at this time of the year, they'll eat anything that will hold still and some things that won't. 5 bears, not too bad. 2 years ago, we had 21 bears. And they were eating something like 200 pounds of food a day. And that hit the grocery budget pretty hard. So this bird that we've got was brought to us on October the 14th. It was found by Bill Ahern over here. Is that right? Bill. Hey, Bill. Bill he's our eagle guy. He has, how many have you found so far now? 5 to 7 eagles. I mean, so we got an eagle that needs help, call Bill. He's the guy. And when you get a chance to see this bird up close, you'll know that it is not for the faint of heart. 500 pounds of pressure per square inch, which is a handshake a Georgia preacher would be proud of. But this particular bird came from the landfill in Dublin, I believe. And for some reason, that area has attracted a lot of eagles over the years, and landfills are a real dangerous place for eagles because they're scavengers. They will scavenge whatever they find in the landfill, and not all of it is digestible. Not all of it may look like food, but not all of it is something that a wild animal or anything else can eat. And so a lot of these birds come in pretty rough shape. This particular bird came in with a problem that is facing many bald eagles today, and that is lead poisoning. This time of the year, when hunting season's going on, I'm a lifelong hunter and a gun collector, but I'm here to say that I haven't shot a lead bullet in hunting for 25 years. And the reason for that is when hunters leave animals in the field or remains of animals. If you kill a deer with a bullet, and you leave the internal organs in the field, which is what you do when you field dress an animal you've harvested, those internal organs have tiny little shards of lead. And even if you've got a hole going in and a hole going out, as much as half of the bullet's weight will remain inside the animal. And the animal comes along, and I mean, I grew up, was told, leave that stuff out there. Some comes along and eats it, and that's good for them. That's good for the scavengers. They can eat that. It's good food for them. Well, it's not so good food for them because it's got lead in it. Now, those of us that hunt with rifles have very readily available alternatives. Copper bullets, ballistically superior, just as effective, not much more expensive, but they don't kill after the bullet stops moving, and lead does. There's a lot of information on our website about that if you're interested in finding out more. this particular bird came in with lead poisoning. I may have had some other stuff going on too, but we ended up treating him for the lead poisoning, and the good news is he responded quickly. The lead, if it gets in their bodies, there's no way for the body to eliminate it. It just keeps building up and building up and building up. This bird, fortunately, apparently had just consumed whatever it was, so the lead was in his blood but had not yet soaked into his internal organs. So we were able to treat him, lower that lead level, and literally in 1 month, he's ready to go back to the wild. I said in 1 month and 2 days. So when a bird like this is found, it's often critical to find out if there is a poisoning like that. Now, it may surprise you, of the 50 or so bald eagles in Wildlife Center every year, 70% have measurable lead. Now, that doesn't mean 70% of all eagles. It means 70% of the eagles that end up in trouble and need help are in trouble, at least in part, because of that particular problem. So it's something to think about. If you are a hunter, if you're a shooter, learn about it.